Well, recent utterances by DA Federal Council Chairperson Helen Zille have set tongues wagging after she pronounced that the ANC and DA are in fact in a grand coalition and not the government of national unity. Well, this has led to some questioning the current form of government. The EFF issued a statement earlier saying it feels vindicated by Zille's remarks. The party is amongst the political organizations that are not part of the government of national unity. It said Zille's comments confirmed its suspicions over the GNU negotiations, and in a briefing at the ANC NEC currently taking place out in Boksburg, ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula said the party will not entertain Zille's remarks and will instead focus on ensuring that the GNU delivers on its promises.
Coalition with the ANC and all of that, we don't have a coalition, a grand coalition that is called the DA and the ANC in terms of definition. I think as journalists you are educated. You know what is a grand coalition. So does this look like a grand coalition? It's not. A grand coalition is a coming together of one or two political parties to form government. That's not what has happened here. You've got more than one political party that has formed government. It is the ANC that is leading. It is the DA. It is the IFP. It is GUD. It is the PA, of which we're talking about G10 now. It is the PAC in government. It is UDM in government. It's Al-Jama in government. What is that in political definition of models of government? Is that not a multi-party GNU? Is that an ANC-DA arrangement? There's no such. You can argue that the ANC leads and the DA has got the biggest share, but it is not a grand coalition. Okay? It is a GNU with elements of supply and confidence, minority government, right? There are political parties who have signed, like Rise Mzansi, the statement of intent and endorsed the GNU, but they are not in government. They said, we don't want to be in government. We want to be in the legislature. Songezo is chairing Scopa there, chasing everyone who's in government to account. Very strategic position, tactical, that they've taken as a party. You can be off tangent and argue what Helen is arguing and what he's saying, and I think it's a diversion. And we're not getting into that terrain. Somebody sent me what Helen Zille have said. He's a leader of the DA. It can't be because he's part of the DA you expect Helen Zille to change overnight and mimic the ANC. She can't. We are not allies. We're not allies. DA will come in this government and want to undo all the progressive gains we have achieved in terms of the National Democratic Revolution. And we will not agree with them. We'll stop them. We don't agree with them when they say Bella Bill must not be signed, NHI must go out of the window, and then their perspective in terms of worker rights in relation to where we stand is horrible. It's not about progress and all of that. And transformation of this country, we are opposed to that. Period. And then they will still take us to court like they used to in the previous administrations and all of that. So we are ready for that. Let's not argue about who outsmarted who, because it's not in the interest of the people of South Africa in terms of cabinet and all of that. That's not important. Because once we go down that route, we are now changing from matured politics to competition. The fact of the matter is that political parties have come together, formed government, and then we are leading the country. There is stability. Political parties have committed themselves to foundational principles of this government of national unity. And
the Minister of Sport, Art and Culture, Gayton McKenzie, who is also the president of the Patriotic Alliance, also weighed in.
I've heard yesterday comments about Helen Zille saying this thing, what. She must just chill. We're working very nicely together. There's no problem. We work very nicely with the DA, with the IFP. We are one. The GNU is going to last for 5 years. I took a personal bet with somebody, and now that person says, I want my money back because I can see it's going to last for 5 years. Yeah. It's nice being there. We respect each other. The enemies of the GNU, of course, they talk louder. Like, this is not going to last. How do you know if you're not inside? I'm there and I'm telling you it's going to last.
Some PC has responded on the issue of the understanding. Discussions in any meeting are not actually monolithic. Everybody raises his or her issues. Once a process of engagement is concluded, there's a view that prevails of the organization. Even today, there is that appreciation, and we all know that an arrangement of this nature is very fluid. It can be exploited for the good. It can be exploited to undermine the positive intentions. We as the ANC are duty bound to nurture this. We can't be as reckless as Mrs. Zille. We can't be reckless because it is us who invited people. She was a guest and she remains a guest of the ANC. And if she has any discomfort, she is bound to actually express it, and it is within her right, but not to undermine the collective that is represented in Parliament, majority of political parties that are represented in Parliament, because all of them have got a mandate. And remember, I was with some of you there at the Rock. We all said we embrace the will of the people. And we're working through that will of us having 40% to grow our influence. And we really hope that you'll have an appreciation that the NC has been able to influence more than 9 political parties to work together with us to protect the hard-won gains of our democracy and to shape the way forward. And hence also, we have put the issue of the national dialogue so that we take all South Africans along.